Guys, I'm Lighty, and this is the final episode of Rags2Riches prior to 3.1 hitting. And the reason we're making this is because it's going to tally up all the stuff we've done so far, go over the final. We've done a lot of bossing on stream the past week. We have fluctuated over 200 and I think something like that, 200x. When I mean fluctuate, I mean either spent or made or it's gone through me in some way. We've gained a lot, as you can see when I click the character screen. There's some insane things we've gone through. Big ones right there, the big old headhunter. That was actually a stroke of very much luck we've gotten. But if you're saying, wow, Lighty, you're so lucky. Haha, don't talk too soon, because I tried to run Rags2Riches in the hopes of getting a cuties because it went legacy as a good investment, as you should. And that really fucked us. So let's go over everything there is to go over. Start to finish, we'll just do a full bank video pretty much, and we'll talk about the investments and how some of them worked and some of them didn't. This is our currency tab. As you can see, we have pretty much no exalted. They've all been spent buying either Chiula sets or Rags2Riches sets, and we've run what, close to 40-50 Chiula, and this is why we're level 93 and some change here. And we would probably be 94 if I wasn't so shit at doing these bosses or learning them with this build. But as things progressed, it got a little bit better. We have a ton of currency. We probably have like 10 or 15x right here, if not more, from just other shit. But it's we've just been saving it pretty much. Our jewelers and fusing are gone, and we'll show you why in a second. Our essence tab is not really anything to talk about. Just keep kind of upgrading things, but that's just what essence tabs look like. Card tab. This is our owned cards. I don't think anything really specifically expensive to talk about. No doctors, no fiends, no queens, nothing. No big dogs in the mix. This is our selling tab at the moment, and it's looking pretty spicy. Our empowers, they flipped level 3. It took an awfully long amount of time because we ran so many Chiulas, we ran so many Rags2Riches, we ran Shaper, we ran these T15 Guardian maps, all this shit. It's obviously tons of experience that isn't really gated or isn't really locked down. So we vowed our 6 empowers, and 3 of them went level 4. A lot of this progress has been on stream. So if you want to see Rags2Riches progress behind the scenes and when we do this type of shit, stream is the best way to do it. You're not going to see it for a while because the league's hitting. I'm going to be playing League mostly, but that's when this shit goes down. So these will sell for 5x each, so that's 15x right there. We did kind of like a tally of what this tab right here is worth, and some of the stuff on the next page, and we're about 85 to 90x worth of stuff we have to sell. And that's not an overestimation, that's an underestimation, so a lot of stuff could be worth more, honestly. The only thing that's not going to be worth what it probably says, which is 4.5x for a high roll United in Dream, is because of one of the new amulets from the 3.1 whatever Elder Touched things, just grants level 15 Envy, so probably going to lose value. But our Rags2Riches, man, they completely shit the bed. And I wasn't an exaggeration. These fucking things are 5 to 6x at the moment because acuities for a clean Rags2Riches acuities that will be legacy until tomorrow is motherfucking a mirror. I shit you not. This guy's lying. Don't even look at him. They're a mirror for an acuities. Obviously, I'm playing as a player would. I'm not playing as Lighty. I know Lighty saves a currency, but I'm playing as Rags2Riches guy. So I had to take the chance. It's about a 1 in 30 drop rate of acuities, and I had 11, so I was like, alright, this is a pretty good chance. Problem is, every other drop, you have the sack garb, worthless, unless even if it's the best case scenario, which is this one, which is the double ES roll, pretty much worthless. Masks, maybe 20C. Axe, disfavor, 3x, maybe 3.5 if it's a really good roll. So even if you get the 1 in 15 drop rate of disfavor, you're not even making half your money back home. It's complete shit. So yeah, of the runs, we got 1 axe, 5 garbs, 6 masks in all the runs we've done, I think. So that, you can do the math there, but that we just threw away 30-40 exalted. Just tossed it, burned it, basically. Shaper sets. I've done 12 or something like that, 12 or 15 shapers. 1 sword. Everything else has been gloves and boots, which are worthless. You just value them and hope for something. And I could have sold those for an exalted each. There's another 10x I burned. The sword at least at 6 socket now, and we're trying to 6 link it, but just shitting out money pretty much. So that was a complete backfire. And again, if you want to see the listing of all these things in the buying and selling, it's on the Google document in the description. But yeah, it's been bad. And for the Headhunter, the only stroke of luck we had bought 3 Wretched sets because I saw some guy selling them in trade chat. And 2 of them, one went Mega Nords, one went Worms Molt, and the other one went Headhunter. I used a Divine on it. I was PMing Reptile in game. I was like, look at this fucking baby. Like, 1 Divine became a pretty solid roll. So that basically made back the money we lost from our stupid gambles on these Uber Red Ziri and Shaper runs. I really maintain that Shaper isn't profitable in Standard, neither is Uber Red Ziri, even less so probably next patch. But, you know, you still get experience from doing Guardians. For some reason, I just always died at Minotaur. So anytime I would be getting 10%, I just fucking rip it, because any damage mod, he just autos for like 10k with like flasks up. So that was shit. Haven't done really much of Uber Lab since then. But yeah, the Chula is the good. Let's talk about the Chula. That was one positive redemption we've had here. We did a lot of Chula, so much Chula. That's pretty much what I was doing for leveling. Every Chula I run even now gives me about 10%, so it's the best experience in the game. And the way you go about doing that is pretty much for if you have enough damage and have enough life and you can sustain, the only thing you're missing to do Chula is Chaos Res. The only way to really get Chaos Res for my build specifically is I tossed on Breach Rings. I bought these for close to an Exalted each. They're that expensive in Standard because people know why they're expensive, because the Chaos Res. So the stats are doubled in a Breach, and if you didn't know, when you're in a Breach Lord's instance, the whole thing's a Breach, so these stats instantly just start, whatever the values are here, you double them. That's how you can see I get this much Chaos Res. I try to get as high Chaos Res as I can on them, and if there's any other stats that matter, sure, that's fine. So with these 2 rings, I'm actually LE weak. Like, I'm not, if you look in town, I'm not even capped res, but once I get into a Breach, I'm LE weak capped, and my Chaos Res is 75, right number 76. That's how fucking perfect I got these at. So I'm right in the cusp right there, which is nice, but I lose some damage, obviously, because I'm not using Opals, but the damage isn't that bad. This one at least has a fire damage roll that's doubled, so that's pretty good. I placed my life flask on. I got to blow the Karui. It's an okay roll. It's fine, but it's just a clutch fucking, you know, it's the best life flask in the game probably, so that's pretty nice. I replaced my gloves with these gloves, which to help me get res capped. Also, it's pretty nice, but it's not super neat. It just has more life than my other fucking things had. These bitches, yeah, Mega Nords. So it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. From doing all this Jewel though, we've gotten some insane things that sell. It's 50-50 on a blessing. Blessings sell for 3 to 3.5x, and stones themselves are 2x. So on average, right there, you're going to either break even in the long run, lose a little bit, but the drops themselves, you know, add up to be okay. Because you have X amount of chance to get any of the jewels, which I use. These are all upgraded. They're Blue Dream, Red Dream, and Green Dream. I upgraded them to Nightmare, and they sell for a pretty penny. They're pretty much 5-6x for blue and green, and then red is like 10 to 12. It just depends on the time of day, but those things really are expensive because they're actually insane. They give you block chance and endurance charge on kill, so they're just, it's a great jewel. Like, a lot of builds use them now. I mean, all these are really insane jewels, honestly. It's just a level of mid-max, and that is hard to afford for a lot of builds, but yeah, the large radius really makes it so you can take advantage of it. Our Firestorm, when it hit 2020, I valed it, went 21, which was cool because I could sell it for 3 to 4x, but I had to get a new one because our casting damage taken was too low level at 20 to even use it, and that actually does save my ass sometimes. What else we got? Choirs still haven't sold, but that's not a surprise. Maybe they'll sell next patch when shit bounces around. Our Skin of the Lords have been okay. This one's pretty okay. Like, it's the colors that matter. You want to get like at least 3 or 4 blue if possible. Like, either a lot of blue, a lot of red. That's how Skin of the Lords work. You can't change the colors. So, and then when you upgrade them, they get a random property. This one's LE Equilibrium is pretty good. Phase Acros, or this is Acrobatics is okay. Our other one is like the worst colors I've ever seen. 3 green, 3 red. So, yeah, it's pretty fucking shite. Is there one more? Oh yeah, there's one more. Where is it? Oh yeah, the arrow dancing one. I'm probably gonna lose money on that one somehow. But these will all sell. So this is obviously a lot of currency. You can see there's 6 of those there, and nothing really a whole lot over here. I upgraded one of the cutlasses before I saw the addition to the Envy Amulet. Probably would not have done that if that was the case. One of our Pale Quartz finally got us to drop the boots, which are actually quite good. They might go up in price, so that's nice. These gloves still haven't sold, but I'm confident they will one day. I'll just keep lowering the price by an X every month, pretty much. Eventually they'll sell. They're just very solid rare gloves, so you know they will sell. And we got anticipation from Lundatal finally. This wand might sell. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to annul off the fire damage when I buy one or find one. If we go to the next tab, you can see the maps. This is just from Chula. We are so set on maps, period. And I know the map's going to change when shit changes, but it's been kind of gross. So we have tons of maps. We're set for maps for life, pretty much. So that's good. This is like this extra, I mean, I don't have a lot of tab space. It's pretty evident, but we got a brass dome, 6 socketed that. Got a disfavor. That was off the Uber. This is actually one I bought. I sold the one I got at Uber. I bought this one. It's a little worse for roll, but I also paid a little bit less than the one I sold. And I 6 socket and 6 linked it in like no time. But all my other jewelers and fusing went to shit on my Starforge and my brass dome. So not a big deal either way. Bought a Calms for 2x. This is the one I bought. Day later, had one drop. Better roll also. Calms thing is going to actually go up in price because of all the 6 and 7 link helms and gloves. So it's I think it's probably fine. I'll just wait and eventually I'll sell them. Devotos, I've just been, whenever I get them, I try to run lab and put an enchant on them. These aren't good enchants, but whenever I do lab, I'll toss them Devotos because they do sell. People have been running lab a lot because Barrage is going legacy from 2 projectiles, 1 projectile. I'm not going to be doing that. That's just a level of effort I'm not really into right now. Still have this weird 3T1 belt. I don't know what I'm doing with that ever, but there it is. Queen of the Forest is going legacy, and it's a high roll one, so I kept it. I don't know what it's worth, but again, just a wait and see scenario. And I saw a Veranustra for quite cheap. That was a good roll. I think it was like 1 or 2x for this. So I purchased that because I was thinking about maybe playing, you know, something with Veranustra and maybe Rigwald Savagery in the offhand. This is it's really good for Sunder. You just dual wield these things, and it doesn't actually use the offhand to attack with. So it just gives you mad damage with the main hand. And because Veranustra, this works for swords, it's a lot of damage with dual wielding, a lot of damage with swords, a lot of attack speed, bleed, like all this good shit. Because Veranustra is a sword, technically, it's quite good. Also, Juggernaut itself is going to be very good, and with the new, some new items that are coming out, might be pretty lucrative. Nothing really else on tree is, yeah, super change here. I'm probably just done leveling before the patch reset, because my bossing is going to be a whole different scenario. And I got Cospers now. Still have the Biscos, and I have we got 2 Steel Rings ID4s, but just been saving those in case I need them from down the road. Never know. Our Divine Vessels, we just have them. I haven't finished doing my Minor Gods, but I guess I'm just gonna wait now to see what the new Scorpion guy does. So might be a good thing. And I got on the La Casa Day. The rolls, it doesn't really matter. Like it's just negligible, but it's going to be higher rarity, so it might go up in price a little bit. Maybe like an Exalted for that, so that's nice. Maps and frags and pieces. I don't have a lot of room, so it's just become like storage is spilling over. But our Starforge still trying to 6-link it. Got a belly drop. I mean, after I 6-link this and the brass dome, I might move on to the belly as my next 6-link project. Still one more Val Breach from my Val Breachy things. And yeah, I don't have any much in the way of these, but I traded some keys with people. That's why I have extra Ebbers. I have a couple more Guardian maps run. I could do 1 or 2 more Shaper sets, but I'm not too good at it. I really don't want to rip 10%, and the drops are lackluster. I can't finish my Uber set because just the gods don't want it to happen. And the unique maps I just save. I could sell, but I just save them. I don't feel like it's not really necessary. Let's go over our Masters finally before we end the video. Zana's getting towards 7. I try to do my daily, my Zana daily all the time. It's really the only one I focus on doing for each now also, just because I'm really getting into fusing, so I'm converting shit. And hopefully that'll pan out pretty okay. It's really good to get your Masters up, especially for making currency. You may not think, wow, that makes sense, but a lot of the things when you get 6 or 7, their exchange rates are quite good. Vegan's is not. Like, 8 regrets for 10 alchemies is not a good deal, but Varichis is good, Haku's is good, Elrayon is good. So I try to do those every single day. Also, Leo's is good. I don't do it because I'm not leveling Leo because I hate PvP in this game shit because of that. But it is actually pretty good. They use Scours to regret. So those are actually a way of making money. And of course, once you get level 8 Masters, they can sell uniques. So technically, that's a daily lottery. That about wraps up, I think, all our investments and everything we have going in from 3.1. Let's check our slash played. Probably about, I would say, like maybe 16 to 24 hours of that is bank standing, just kind of AFK and tabbed out making trades. So 5 days played, give or take, looking okay. Most of our gear is fine, and a lot of our gear we can still use for other things as far as just down the road. But we got the Headhunter, and we probably threw away close to 60, 70x over the past couple days. But we got a little bit of levelage here, 93 on the way to 94. Overall, it's fine. Basically broke even on that. And yeah, we'll keep on keeping on. Still doing Prophecy. I have 331 coins. I'm going to burn on through them because Prophecy is, at the end of the day, still insane for making money. And that's the Rags2Riches before 3.1. I'll see you guys, you know, deep into 3.1. Maybe like 1 week or 2 weeks in, we'll do a bunch of Rags2Riches sessions on stream late at night after my normal stream, and we'll, you know, set the atlas up. I haven't, again, my atlas is gamed for shaping, which is a bit of an issue because that we've been told that it's going to be better in 3.1 just to fill your atlas out, but I'm not going to bother doing it now because whatever build I make next is going to be focused on mapping, not bossing, although I still will be able to do the Elder and all that stuff, hopefully, with whatever build I do play. And yeah, that's about the gist of it. I'm at Lighty, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.